I've always listened to just so much music. Like, since I was little, I was always listening to, 8,000 different things at once. Like, I've never been able to, like, survive without listening to music all the time. Like, once I lost my earbuds and I just, like, had a heart attack for, like, a week, and it was crazy. But even since I was little, like, in the car, my dad would make a bunch of mixtapes of, like, tons of the Beatles and, like, Avril Lavigne and, like, Linkin Park and, like, Green Day and, like, My Chemical Romance and Sarah McLachlan and, like, Peggy Lee and, like, all these, like, tons of different artists and different kinds of genres, and, without sort of their stereotypes, if that makes sense. Because I know that, like, a lot of the artists I just named, especially, like, sort of, some artists are sort of known to be like, oh, that's kind of like, it's almost like a joke artist. Like, certain bands, and I'm like, if you take your pride out of yourself and listen to the art that they're creating, it's like, there's so much in there, and it's so real, and the fact that, like, everybody's so, like, yeah, but they're, like, a joke, because, like, it's like, shut up. Like, it's their art because they made it because they wanted to, and that's what I look for in music, and always have, really. And I think especially lyrics are, like, the number one thing, especially, like, the Beatles. I just think, like, like, let's say, I don't know, My Chemical Romance or Green Day. It's such a certain kind of music that I really fuck with, and I've fucked with for, like, all of my life. And same with, like, 21 Pilots even. That's one that I think they have put out some incredible, projects, and just said some of the most real things that I think I've ever heard, and also been so original and so, like, themselves. And I think that's why there's so much sort of hate towards that. But the only reason that you're uncomfortable with it is because it's not what you're used to. And I think the world is so, like, caught up with, like, just liking things because everyone else likes them. It's like the wave. I think anything that doesn't have the name of a genre in the title pleases me. If it's like anti-genre, I'm good with it. Everything that involves music is changing the world. I think listening to it, making it, playing it, fucking singing it, I don't know, everything. Literally, you could name me anything that has to do with music, and that is changing the world. I really don't at all feel too exposed, ever. And I don't know why. I think maybe part of it could be the fact that a lot of the music that I make is not about my life. Me and my brother, who I write with, we write a lot, like, in characters almost, where we kind of come up with a storyline for somebody, and we write from that perspective, and, like, it could be something we've never experienced ever, and we're just writing about it. Or, like, I've written songs from my friends' perspectives of me. Like, it's almost easier for me to write without writing about my own life. And so I think the songs that are about my own life, like, no one knows the difference between, like, a song that's fully vulnerably me or a song that I wrote about someone else, So I don't really I don't feel exposed, because I feel like no one really knows. I don't want to just appeal to one person and that person only for the rest of my life, or that group of people, or that, style or whatever. I want to be able to put 14 people in a room and have them, listen to my song with 14 songs, listen to my album with 14 songs on it, and all of them will at least like one song. 14 people who have completely different tastes. One person likes this kind of music, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. And every single one, I want them to be able to like at least one song. Even if they hate everything else. If they like one thing, that's what I want, Because I want everybody to be able to love something. I don't want it to just be like, only people who like this will like this artist. My music is what I want it to be. That's all I can say. Like, it's not to please anyone but me. And that doesn't mean I don't want to please, like, the fans and the supporters. I know what they like. So I take that in, and I, like, make stuff with that in my mind. Like, what would they think is cool? But it's never like, what does this person want that I don't want? It's always what I want, inspired by, you know, just things that I gather all over the place. So I don't know, I feel like since the beginning, like, me and my brother have just made music that we've wanted to listen to. You know, when people are like, you listen to your own music? I'm like, bitch, yes. What you mean? I love my own music. Why would I make it if I didn't want to listen to it?